Sadashivasamārambhāṃ Shankarācārya-madhyamāṃ Asmadācārya-paryantām Vande Guru-paramparaṃ Vasudevasudam Devam Kamsacānūravardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Bhagavan Krishna said to Arjuna and us, Nistraigunyo bhava. May you see that you are free from the gunas, Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. And you are free from the effects of these gunas. There is constant change and manifestation of these gunas for the body and mind. We are aware of it. We do not get hijacked by it. In fact, we'd rather use these gunas to then be awake to the reality that is oneself. And it calls for a very honest look at oneself. There are no filters when one looks at reality. With the camera for Instagram, there are filters, but not when one is looking at oneself. And if there needs any changes to be made, then with the Shaktis I have been given, I go ahead and make those changes. There is no scope to act helpless. The ant continues to inspire me. Let's say the ant is in one corner of this table. Of course, this place is maintained so well. It would be very rare to find such an ant, but let us just assume there is one. And there is one crumb of the prasad, let's say 1 foot away. The ant has Ichha Shakti, because ants have a very powerful sense of smell. So this ant crawls. Not only has Ichha Shakti, has Kriya Shakti. I want that, I am moving towards it. And then when reaches that tiny crumb, finds it's too big, I don't think I can lift this. Then in time, some more ants will join. And then 2 or 3, they will lift the little crumb and take it wherever they want to. So there is Jnana Shakti in terms of wanting to collaborate. I can't do this alone, and others will be there to help. The ant and all other beings continue to demonstrate Ichha Shakti, the power to desire, Kriya Shakti, the power to do karma, and Jnana Shakti, the power to know. This is our good old Maya Shakti. Okay? And this Shakti has been given to everyone without any quota system, no rationing, every moment. And irrespective of what age you are at, all these powers are available to us every moment. So if I feel helpless, I need little more Jnana Shakti. I need to invoke a little more of that to see how I can help myself and not wallow in this feeling when even ants probably don't. And I just use ant as an example because it's one of the tiniest beings, so intelligent, so hardworking, and so collaborative. Lots to learn from the ant. Tapas comes from tapa, shabda. And tapa means heat. Tapaha also we say fever. So tapa means it heats us up in the sense that it requires lot of effort. We have seen Shariram tapas. We can say tapaha, tapas, tapasya. We can use either of these three words. So besides Shariram tapasya and Vak tapas, now we look at Manasam tapaha. So 17.16. Manav prasada samyatvam maunamātma vinigraha bhava samshuddhirityetad tapo manasamuchyate. You wanted sadhana? There is a lot of sadhana here. Okay. So Manasam tapas is what? Mana prasadaha. Seeing everything as prasada, not only what you get in the temple, but even that we are so distrustful that we will say, okay, give it to the maids, or you're not sure, we don't know if it's filtered water or what. Okay. So, mana prasadaha. That what is it in your life that is not a blessing? See, if I start to say, oh, this is a blessing, that is a blessing, okay. So I'm still picking and choosing. There is some raga involved. That I consider only some things as blessing and not the others. But just the human birth, what a fantastic combination of punya papa to have been born. And it's only through this birth that one can be free, or see that one was always free. So, how to be cheerful? Watch more stand-up comedy? Idea. You do all of that. But a sustained state of cheerfulness, light-heartedness, comes from seeing that everything is a blessing. What is not a blessing? Oh, you don't know, my disease, my this, that, whatever, something. Or my children don't call me up. My children don't do this for me. Like your world revolves around your children. At 75, you're still obsessed with your children. Like karma is so important to you, even now. No, my duty, Yeah, sure, you did your duty, right? They're your children, they'll figure it out. You have to trust your own intelligence and how you raise them. They'll figure it out. No, what to do, my love for my children, etc. So, mana prasada, that everything is a blessing. And so what is there to be so worried and so anxious about? Because this Jnana Shakti that we have been given, because it's almost uninhibited, it is tremendous. Rather than thinking of what can I do to contribute, how can I control my child's life? That is what Jnana Shakti is used for. They have to learn the right way of living. Or people have to learn what to do. Hey, have you learned? Have you learned to be around people such that you do not disturb them? No, they have to learn. Exactly, that's the problem. I do not own up what I need to do. So it's so easy to see that whatever I have, including the body-mind, is given to me. And while I may be plagued with feelings of irritation, anger, helplessness, they come, they go, it's okay. But what is the tapasya here? That I remind myself again and again, not mechanically, that there is nothing in my life that is not a blessing. That everything is a luxury, including this body-mind. That I drop the sense of entitlement I have. People should do this, that for me. No. And then the tendency to be sarcastic, rude, put down people, diminish them. We all have it. And so the tapaha is to avoid doing it. To have saumyatva in our expression. So these verses are really to serve as a mirror for me, that would I say I have this? Is there more scope for me to cultivate it? What does it look like if I have more saumyatvam in my life? Do I always end up apologizing? No, sorry, I didn't mean it, I didn't mean that, I'm so sorry. I was thinking something, but something else only tumbled out of my mouth. So saumyatvam as in a certain pleasantness in expression, in what I say. And along with that, another tapaha is mauna. So mauna literally means silence. Maintaining silence. So some people in our course wear a badge and say, today, like I'm in Maunam today. So then we know that we are not going to engage them in conversation. So like that it is used as a sadhana, of course as a part of Vipassana, which of course came from Sanatana Dharma only. It is good to maintain maunam in an ashram setup. At home and in the midst of things, it's very difficult. But what is the purpose? Deliberately you restrain yourself from speaking, and then you find that even the mental chatter dies down. If we were to do a thought audit, or like how you do these timesheets. Suppose you try, it will be a fun exercise to do. Recording the different kind of thoughts that you have over a period of time. Maybe 1 hour or something. Most of our thoughts are repetitive. There's very little originality.
Can you repeat that word?
Most of our thoughts are repetitive. There's a lot of repetition. Same old stuff. being regurgitated, like we are very good at recycling thoughts. Reuse, recycle, no reduce, only reuse and recycle. So a lot of it would be either related to the past, something you have not resolved, right? And then you're thinking of ways this, that, the other. Or there's one long to-do list. Or you're thinking about the future. But Anthakarana was meant to be an instrument for you. If you tell your mind to shut up, it stays silent. If there is something to work on, it works on it. That's it. No. Unless my mind is active, I don't feel very productive. So I have to keep thinking. If the world needs a lot of innovative solutions, how about that? No, I don't know how to manage. We didn't get an invite for this event and everyone else is invited. What to do? What will people say? So these little situations, family drama, opera. So we've spent so much time on all of these dynamics, and naturally the mind is chattering away all the time. Then that mind, when it comes to Vedanta, how to listen? Why is there no upgradation in Vedanta methodology? There should be more PowerPoints, right? Wrong. Vedanta can never be taught through diagrams, never through concepts, because you are not a diagram, you are not a concept. So this pressure to talk, some of us will have it. And the pressure to talk, see, everyone needs to be able to express themselves. It is a universal need for expression. That you are able to share what's happening with you and so on. That's normal. But some of us feel that excessive need and will catch any victim and share. Sometimes not even paying attention to whether the person looks bored, is interested. The person is switching, shifting. It's very evident from the body language the person does not want to listen. But no, I must talk. And this pressure to talk has to be met with some validation from oneself. I'm not saying we have to stop talking, okay? Please do not misunderstand. But a lot of the times in our mental chatter, we have not validated ourselves. Can I truly say it is nice to be me? What? I like who I have grown to be as a person. It is so nice to be who I am. Difficult for a lot of us. If indeed it is difficult, that means I need to do some healing work for me to be comfortable with myself. Because I expect validation from the others, and therefore I just feel I have to explain myself, over-explain myself. Because when the person understands me, maybe the person will have a lot more care and warmth for me. So, Maunam is that you are okay to express and you are okay to also not express. But you are sorted. And that sorted is you are at peace with what is happening in your life. You are at peace with what has happened so far. since nobody can see the mind, we don't take so much care of it. Other garbage, like we will have garbage disposal techniques and all that. But since nobody can see the mind, we collect like a museum. Hurt from 20 years ago, regret from 30 years ago. Hey, do something about it. Why are you collecting them as souvenirs? Not required. So all of this, that if there is a pressure to talk, I address it. I try and look at, why is it? What do I need to do? Or maybe I need to express myself better. Or if I want something, then ask for it. And I do this again and again. That's why it is tapas. Okay, Atma Vinigraha. So mastery over the mind. Mastery over the ways of the mind, knowing the way the mind works. And using it as an instrument. There are so many tools. Of course, nothing like Karma Yoga for true mastery of the mind. And Bhava Samshuddhihi. So very clean intent. Like whenever you are around with people, people will not think that you are out with your agenda. This is not for the world, okay? This is for whoever is a Gita student, that I cultivate it. Bhava Samshuddhi. Because we'll say, but in our working place, how we can trust, and everybody has their own agenda. Yeah, sure, play the game. Nobody said don't play the game, play the game. Right? It requires that role. You can still be clean about your intent, and in that you can also call out other people's agenda, especially if it's interfering with project deliverables. Then you are not afraid to call a spade a spade. So all of this is manatapaha. So we are seeing it is not so easy to be Sattvika. You just can't eat some Sattvik rice, so-called, branded rice, and then say, Sattvika. Okay, what else? Shraddhaya paraya tattam tapastat trividham karaihi aphalakankshibhiryuktaihi sattvikam parichakshate. Oh, now this tapas is getting even more difficult. What is the motivation to do this threefold tapas at the manas, vak and kaya level? Aphalakankshibhihi. Really pointing to Karma Yoga. That all the karma phala that I am looking forward to, it will come. I worked on different projects, but nothing, no phala that comes my way can really give me the Purnatvam that I deeply long for. That everything will have its limited result. And that's good enough. Viveka calls for me seeing that more or less what was expected from the job, good enough. If any one of you all saw Indian matchmaking on Netflix, anybody saw a little bit series? It's quite hilarious. Especially the first one. No? First one was a little better than the second. And what is her name? Seema Taparia. Right? Seema Taparia from Mumbai. So she's the matchmaker, okay, for different Indian families in India and abroad. And she puts it very nicely, That 60-70% match, very good. You girls, you expect too much. More to the girls than to the boys. Huh? You expect too much. 60-70%, what these girls want? And then the long list of criteria that the bride gives, I mean the to-be bride, slowly it comes down. So, a romantic relationship or even your relationship with your children or work, anything, if you're looking at it objectively with Viveka, you will release the project, the person from the expectation of moksha from that person. You can truly enjoy the person for what the person is. You are not expecting to be taken care of, always validated, always understood, always accepted. Hey, you are looking for Bhagavan in the person.
Exactly.
So the way the person is okay. You yourself are so inconsistent. What do you expect consistency from that person? Everyone complains, oh, I wish I was loved unconditionally. Nobody will say, I will love unconditionally. That calls for something. What about that? So this tapas is not on special days of the week. It is an ongoing sadhana. That when I release things, people, situations from the expectation of moksha from them, I can enjoy them for what they are. And I see that all of it is contributing to my shuddhi, antakarna shuddhi. Because my raga dvesha filters are on all the time when I'm looking at people, interacting with people, I am not awake to reality. You should do this, you should not do that. I don't like this, I don't like that. Filter. Then how will I see the reality? So I know that without self-condemnation that antakarna requires little more shuddhi. How much shuddhi? Do we have a measuring scale? Just good enough that I am able to see the vision. If the vision is becoming a lot more clear to me, that means it's good enough antakarna shuddhi. And just the fact of coming to Vedanta and staying with it already means that there is some good enough antakarna shuddhi. All of us can do with refining it. And therefore, from being a mere anxious karmi, what am I going to do, how's it going to work out, what if this won't happen, what if that happens, how will I deal with it? I move to Ishvara Arpana Buddhi. Recognizing that all laws of karma are presided over by Bhagavan, I make my offering. And then as I do that over a period of time, I still feel I am affected by punya papa. Still identity is still strong as karta bhokta, doer experiencer. And then as that karta bhokta, the jnata, the knower is being exposed to Vedanta, discovers in time that I was never the karta. I was never the bhokta. But I can't bypass this. So Ishvara Arpana Buddhi and Mana Prasada. My mind is prasada, everything is prasada. So with that tapaha, again and again, those people who do this, who are yuktaha, who are together, they are Sattvika, who are engaged in this Sattvika tapas 24/7. Puja Swamiji had this little booklet, Vedanta 24/7. So more of this we will see next class. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschit dukha bhave. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.